Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Aura. What is aura? It's a word that gets thrown around so much nowadays, but nobody knows what it means. If you look it up on Urban Dictionary, it's just gonna give you some bullshit definition. Aura is like a je ne sais quoi. It's like a halo effect. Some people have it, some people don't. And in today's video, we're gonna be ranking Barcelona's squad in terms of aura. We have 4 tiers today: transcendent, decent, negative, and aura vacuum. And based on my criteria of what I believe aura is, I'm gonna rank all these players. Also, this is Barca's squad from last season, not this season, because obviously we don't know who's gonna be on the full squad this up and coming season. So that's why you guys see people like Marcos Alonso and Sergio Roberto on here, and the loanees like Joao Felix and Joao Cancelo, because obviously they're probably not gonna be a part of the squad next season. Like maybe Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix will, but we know Marcos Alonso and Sergio Roberto will not. But obviously they were a part of the squad last season, so I wanted to add them on here because the more players we have, the more fun this will be. And yeah, man, why am I doing this? I really don't know, honestly. I'm as confused as you guys, but the Euros are over, the Copa America is over. I suddenly have a mustache. I'm in a very weird place in my life, bro. I don't like, there's nothing to talk about. The Barca season obviously hasn't started yet. They're like preseason hasn't begun. There's no Barca news I want to talk about. There's no world football news I want to talk about either. No big breaking stories. But we still gotta put out content because I refuse to go multiple days without posting a video for you guys. And also, full disclosure, me being selfish here, these student loans, they're fucking expensive, guys. So I gotta pay for them somehow, and these videos obviously help with that. And yeah, bro, today we're gonna be talking about Barca players' aura. I don't know where this video is gonna go, honestly. Most of my content is usually educational. I try to keep it more like actually about football. I don't usually make videos like this. But if you guys like these videos where I'm kind of just like fucking around a little bit more, then let me know in the comment section down below. I don't know how many of them I'll do, but if you guys like it, obviously, I'm a man of the people. I want to give you guys, I want to make videos that you guys obviously want to see. And if you enjoy this content, obviously right now like I said, we're in a down period in the football calendar, not many things going on. So if you guys like videos like this a little bit more, then let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll make more. If you guys want me to do some other squads, like maybe Chelsea or I don't know, Man United or Real Madrid, let me know in the comment section down below as well. But yeah, bro, enough yapping. Let's start ranking Barcelona players' aura. I don't know where this is going to go, but we'll figure the fuck out. First up, we have Christensen. And Christensen, to me, funny enough, he's going to go into decent. Christensen is not the type of guy that when you see him on the pitch, he doesn't really exude confidence, but he's like a quiet killer, bro. You guys know those quiet guys that kind of have some aura? I think Christensen has some aura, bro. I honestly do believe that. And every time I see him on the pitch, he kind of has like I said, he has this confidence, this quiet confidence about him, which, you know, some people say those are the people with the most aura, the people who are quiet, who are not really talking the most, because when you talk a lot, that could obviously decrease your aura points. And I think Christensen, for me, again, he's not transcendent. He does not have transcendent aura, because that tier is reserved for some other players here who we're going to talk about very shortly. But I also don't think, when I look at Christensen, I don't think, oh my god, this guy has negative aura. This guy, I don't even, like, not even close to an aura vacuum, because that's honestly the worst thing you can say about a person, that they're an aura vacuum. So for me, Christensen, again, don't have much to say about him because he doesn't really talk much, but again, that kind of plays into his aura. So for me, he's going to go into decent aura. Not quite transcendent, but also not negative. Just right in the middle. Decent aura for the man from Denmark, Andreas Christensen. Next up, we have Marcos Alonso, who's obviously going to go into aura vacuum. Marcos Alonso doesn't just suck all the aura out of a room. He also sucks all the Casamigos, all the Bud Light, all the Budweiser out of a room as well. This man is an alcoholic who doesn't know how to control his liquor because he's murdered someone before while drunk driving. Look it up. This is a true fact. I'm not making this shit up. Go to his Wikipedia page and go look at what Marcos Alonso did in 2011. So obviously, when you do that, you're going to be an aura vacuum. You can't murder someone and have any type of good aura. And honestly, bro, when you think about it, as a footballer, forget the personal stuff. What is one memorable Marcos Alonso moment that you can remember? Honestly, what is one memorable Marcos Alonso moment? Think about it right now. This guy's been in football for a long, long time. He played for some big teams. Chelsea, he was there for a long time. He's been at Barca for a couple years now. What is the most, like, what is one, when you think about Marcos Alonso, does any singular moment pop into your head? No. This dude sucks, man. Honestly, he's the type of guy that when you're like maybe sessioning with him or when you're having a drink with him, you just wish, wow, I really hope this guy wasn't here anymore. I really hope he would just get up and leave. Because again, like I said, just a terrible person. He probably will leave. If you're having a drink with Marcos Alonso, he'll probably get his keys, get in his car, and go commit some sort of crime, because he's that type of person. So for me, again, I wanted to add him into this video to shit on him one more time, because he's obviously not going to be a Barca player next year, so I won't talk about Marcos Alonso. But one last time, we got to remind everybody how much of a scumbag this guy is, and he's going to go into aura vacuum for me. Marcos Alonso, we will not miss you. Me personally, I will not miss you, and I think I can speak for most Barca fans. You will not be missed in Catalonia. Next up, we have Frankie de Jong, who to me, I'm sorry, he's not an aura vacuum, but he also doesn't have any type of positive aura in my opinion. He's going to go into negative. Frankie de Jong, he just looks really stiff to me. When I look at him, he just looks stiff, like a stiff person. When he celebrates, he looks like those players from the 70s. Have you ever watched Frankie de Jong celebrate? He's doing like the high fives, but like a really stiff high five. I don't know, that to me just doesn't exude aura. Like, and again, Frankie, like Christensen, is a very quiet guy, and it's like, you know, those guys, like a lot of those guys, like I said with Christensen, have quiet confidence. I don't really sense that with Frankie de Jong. I'm not saying he's unconfident, by the way, but I'm just saying like he doesn't have that je ne sais quoi about them. You guys know what aura is. Like I said, you can't define aura, but you just know it when you see it. And for me, Frankie just doesn't have that aura, in my opinion, personally. Again, you guys might disagree, but for me, he just doesn't have that. And again, like I said, Christensen is quiet, but he has kind of like that it factor. I don't see it with Frankie de Jong. So for me, again, he's not an aura vacuum. He's not like Marcos Alonso, but he's obviously not going to be a guy who has decent or transcendent aura. So for that reason, sorry, Frankie. I love you as a player, but your aura, it's negative in my opinion. Next up, we have Ter Stegen, a guy who I believe is unfairly scrutinized by Barca fans a lot of times. But in this video, I'm sorry, bro. You're going to go next to Marcos Alonso in aura vacuum. You cannot have the nickname Ter Saddam and have any type of positive aura. It's literally impossible. It is impossible. It's the same way that no matter how tall, rich, handsome, cool you are, if you walk into a room and you have toilet paper stuck to your shoe, everybody's going to know you're a dork. They're going to think you're a dork, and they're not going to want to fuck with you. It's the same thing, bro. You cannot have the nickname Ter Saddam, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure Barca fans invented that nickname for Ter Stegen. So again, your nickname derives from Saddam Hussein, one of the most hated men in the history of the world. I'm sorry, bro. It is impossible to have positive aura when you have that nickname. It's just, it's impossible. And again, you don't have, like, just because you're a good player, which I believe Ter Stegen is, it does not mean you have high aura, like, or you have like transcendent aura or positive aura. Like, think about Pinto, right? Remember Pinto, Barca's backup keeper back in the day? He had positive aura. That guy with the ponytail, remember? He had positive aura. He actually might have had transcendent aura. Every time I saw Pinto, I was like, this guy exudes confidence. There's something about Pinto. But Valdez, who was obviously a better player, who was a starter, had no fucking aura at all. Every time I looked at Victor Valdez, I was like, if this guy walked into a brothel, he would get friend zoned by every hooker in there. That's what I thought every time I saw Victor Valdez. And, you know, again, for me, Ter Stegen, bro, he's just the type of guy who, I'm sorry to put him next to Marcos Alonso, but again, both of these guys, bro, they're just, no, it's not a vibe. It's not a vibe for me. What the fuck does that even mean? It's not a vibe. He has no aura, in my opinion. Again, I like him as a keeper, and I think he should stay at Barca for at least one more year. But when it comes to aura, bro, and again, also one more thing, and this might sound kind of like a dick thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's nothing wrong with getting a hair transplant. A lot of you guys believe that I need a hair transplant. I'm not going to get one because I don't need one. But a lot of you guys think I need a hair transplant. But there's nothing wrong with getting one. But when people know you've gotten a hair transplant, it decreases your aura. Like, getting a hair transplant increases it because obviously you have hair now, which is obviously better than being bald for most people. But when people know you had a hair transplant, it decreases your aura. Like, to me at least. So again, we know that he's had a hair transplant, and his hairline looks great. It looks fantastic. He looks like a new man. But again, the fact that we all know that that's not actually like that hair had to be like implanted in there, it decreases his aura for me. So for that reason, I'm sorry, Ter Stegen, you're gonna be an aura vacuum. I just piled on this guy. I'm sorry, but it's a no for me. I'm sorry, man. Next up, we have Rafinha. Oh man, need I say more? He's gonna go into transcendent. Our first transcendent, it's Rafinha. This guy, there's something about him. I can't really put my finger on it, but if you know, you know. It sounds like I'm talking about a homosexual lover, but I promise you guys, I'm not. I'm talking about Rafinha. And that's the thing about talking, when you're talking about someone's aura and they have great aura or transcendent aura in this case, it sounds like you have a crush on them. I promise you guys, I do not have a crush on Rafinha, but I just know aura when I see it or when I feel it actually. I feel Rafinha's aura through the screen, bro. It's like, honestly, it's an amazing feeling every time I watch him play. And it could be because he kind of reminds you of Neymar a little bit, again, with the number 11 and the hair, and they're both Brazilian. And Neymar obviously had some of the highest and best aura in the history of sports, not just football. And again, do I think Rafinha has Neymar aura? No, because Neymar is off the charts. But to me, he's close. And again, I can't really put my finger on what it is, but I think it's something about his flair, his style on the pitch. You could watch a football match, a Barca game or a Brazil game, and there could be no names or numbers in the back of the jersey. And just watching them play, you could tell who Rafinha is. Because again, he has that swagger about him, in my opinion at least. So for me, this guy, and also, I mean, again, he's not a good, don't get confused. He's not as good a footballer as Neymar, but the fact that they kind of, have some similarities, it just takes it up a level for me. So for me, Rafinha is definitely going to go into transcendent. Really no debate about it, guys, here. Next up, we have Jules Koundé, who to me is going to go right next to Rafinha in transcendent, bro. Jules Koundé has transcendent aura about him. This guy's always pulling up in the flyest fits that most people will look goofy for wearing, including myself. but he pulls it off every time. And that's one thing about aura, bro. Can you pull things off that other people can't pull off? And Koundé does it all the time with his fades. And that to me is obviously going to increase his aura points massively. On the pitch, he has massive aura as well, bro. Massive. I mean, this guy, he has like, again, like Christensen, he has this quiet confidence about him, but it's more like, it's quiet, but it's louder than Christensen's. You know what I mean? Like, when I watch him, I always know he's going to make the right pass. He's always going to make the right tackle. He's always going to, make the right decision with the ball. And that to me, again, on the pitch, he has great aura, a massive, immense aura. Off the pitch, he has immense aura. I mean, very few players in world football have the aura that Jules Koundé does. I mean, this guy's doing shoots for Adidas. He's doing shoots for this brand and that brand. He's modeling clothes. I'm pretty sure he has a clothing brand himself. I mean, bro, come on. That obviously is all going to increase your aura massively. So to me, Koundé, no debate about it, is going to go right next to Rafinha in transcendent aura. Next up, we have Ferran Torres, who to me is going to go into negative. I'm sorry, bro. I just don't see it with this guy. This guy has no aura at all. I think at some point, you could have put him in decent. But last year, you guys remember, no, 2 years ago, Xavi's second season as manager when Barca won the league. He got into that fight with Savage against Atletico Madrid when they were both on the ground at the Metropolitano and they were like kind of pulling each other's hair and he was like crying a little bit. That to me, bro, already like massively decreases his aura, in my opinion at least. Again, I'm not trying to like, one moment can just fuck up your aura that quickly, bro. Again, if you walk into a room and you trip and there's people watching you, doesn't matter what you do, those people will automatically think you're kind of a loser. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you guys before. And again, that moment for me, it just decreases aura massively. Again, he's not an aura vacuum like Marcos Alonso or Ter Stegen. But just for me, again, the Shark, it's a cool nickname that kind of increases his aura points a little bit. But for the most part, man, he just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi, in my opinion. Again, that's just my opinion. You guys might disagree. But for me, he's going to go into negative aura. I'm sorry, Ferran Torres. I'm sure, I hope you have a great year next year, have a bounce back year. But for me, you're going to go into negative. Next up, we have Ronald Araujo, who to me is going to go into decent. Look, bro, 4 months back, if I would have made this video, I would have put Araujo in transcendent aura because I do believe that he has that je ne sais quoi, that it factor about him. I just know he does. And when you watch him play, if you watch Araujo, you just know he has that it factor. But after that red card against PSG, those moments, his latter end of the year, again, like the way that a player plays shouldn't really affect his aura that much. But again, we're human, man. We see it. And that to me affected his aura massively, bro. That red card against PSG, it's just, when he fouled Barcola, boom, it's going to go down for me. It just brought it down a lot. Again, it's not down, like it's not going to be negative. Araujo does not have negative aura, not even close. And he's definitely, for sure, not an aura vacuum. But to put him in transcendent with those other two guys, man, again, after what happened against PSG, I just can't do it, bro. I'm sorry, Araujo. I fucking love you, bro. I hope you stay at Barca for a long time. I hope you recover well from your injury. I hope you, stay healthy. I hope you are, I know you're going to be the next Barca captain at some point. But for me, bro, I'm sorry. He could regain those aura points back, by the way. If he has like a great year, he could regain those. But for right now, man, after what happened against PSG and like the latter end of the season, he's gonna go into decent for me. I'm sorry, man. It pains me to do it, but he's gonna go into decent. Again, not bad to be in decent, but you ideally want to be in transcendent. But we can't do it right now, man. We just can't do it. Next up, we have Joao Felix. No, man, I'm sorry. Negative for me. Negative for me. Again, women love this guy. They think he's very, very handsome, which obviously can help with your aura points. But again, bro, you could be the best looking dude in the world, but if you don't have that aura, you just don't have that aura. And again, I'm sorry, Joao Felix, he just does not have that aura. Maybe at Benfica, he had that aura. But in his latter years, at Atletico Madrid and at Barca, when he went to Chelsea, he's just something lacking with this guy. He doesn't exude that confidence on the pitch. Again, when he's at Barca and he's playing Atletico Madrid, oh my God, he has the highest aura out of any player. It's like watching fucking Messi against Man United or against any Premier League team, against Arsenal. But when he's not playing them, when he's playing like, I don't know, Alaves or some shit, oh my God, this guy is like, he's always whining and bitching and complaining. His attitude on the pitch really brings down his aura for me. Again, that's just my opinion. Everything I'm saying right now, I've said it multiple times, but just so you guys understand, it's my opinion. But again, Joao Felix for me just doesn't do it, bro. Negative aura, no, it's just not there. Next up, we have Pedri. I've been kind of like waxing poetic about all these guys, giving like long explanations as to why I'm putting them in each tier. I don't have that with Pedri. Honestly, he's like the most neutral guy I've ever rooted for. Honestly, I don't know if he has good aura or bad aura. I think he has mostly like good aura because again, Pedri, like Christensen, kind of has this quiet confidence about him. But again, bro, when I watch him in interviews, he's kind of like not so outspoken. He kind of keeps to himself, which again, that does not decrease your aura at all. But I just don't know, like, I don't know where to put Pedri, honestly. I'm super confused with Pedri. Before making this video, when I was planning this video in my head, or like when I was planning it in general, I didn't really know where to put Pedri. But for me, he's going to go into decent. I think Pedri has more positive aura than he has negative aura. Again, I don't really know how to explain it, but if you guys can help me in the comment section, that'd be great. But for me, he's gonna go into decent for sure. Next up, we have Gavi, who to me is gonna go into transcendent. No debate about that. Some people might look at Gavi and say he's an aura vacuum. Mostly rival fans that call him an angry chihuahua. No, Gavi has transcendent aura. He has that Gattuso aura. You know how Gattuso had that aura about him on the pitch? Gavi has that same aura as Gattuso. Again, he's not the player that Gattuso was. Maybe he will be, but right now he's not, obviously, because he's still so young. And Gattuso's an all-time great. But Gavi has that energy on the pitch, and he just exudes confidence on the pitch. For being such a young guy who's not very tall, you can always tell, you can always know where Gavi is. And he makes his presence felt. And that is a definition of aura, guys. That is a definition of aura. Again, I didn't have much to say about Pedri because Pedri doesn't really have those qualities. I have a lot to say about Gavi because Gavi does possess all those qualities that give you positive aura. A guy who's loved by all his teammates. Every single Barca player loves Gavi. They're all best friends with him, basically. Every single Barca player that comes in from a transfer, like they're coming from another club, they'll automatically become best friends with Gavi. Why is that? What is it about Gavi that everybody wants to know something about him? You know what I mean? That is aura, ladies and gentlemen. That is the definition of aura. And for me, again, angry chihuahua this, angry chihuahua that. On the pitch, his aura is immense. Off the pitch, like Koundé, like I said, his aura is immense. Gavi's going to be in transcendent no matter what. And also, Fermin Lopez, bro, he's young. Transcendent aura. Transcendent aura. One of Barca's top goal scorers last year at only 19 or something years old. I mean, obviously like 19, 20, whatever the fuck he is. He's young, bro. And his knee slide celebration, he has a confidence about him on the pitch as well, and also off the pitch, bro. I mean, the haircut parted to the side, you know, which is kind of old school, kind of like a young Sheldon type of look. And you guys know, young Sheldon has a lot of aura. Young Sheldon has immense aura, and you know, Fermin kind of reminds you of young Sheldon for some reason. I don't know why. Again, it might be the haircut. Even though, do they even have similar haircuts? I really don't know. I've never watched Young Sheldon, to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I just talked about Young Sheldon, when I really have never even watched a single second of the show. But I've obviously seen the commercials. Anyway, what the fuck? Young Sheldon, whatever. Fermin has he has transcendent aura, in my opinion. Transcendent aura. If you know, I'm not gonna explain it too much, but if you know Fermin has transcendent aura. Next up, we have Vitor Roque. Ah, man. Decent, but I could very easily put him in negative. I think Xavi ruined this man's aura, bro. Xavi ruined this poor kid's aura, bro. This kid came from Brazil and had such, like, his aura was off the roof, bro. It was off the roof. Like, it was like a skyscraper. That's how high his aura went into the sky. You could, like, if you were within 100 miles of Vitor Roque, you could literally levitate off the ground just because of his aura. And then Xavi killed that aura. In the matter, like, that's the thing with aura, guys. In the matter of 6 months, Xavi killed the aura of a 19-year-old. Be careful who you give your aura to, man. Be careful who you give your aura to, because Xavi killed it. And again, like I said with Araujo, he can regain that aura. And again, Araujo was more like self-inflicted. Vitor, it wasn't even his fucking fault, bro, because the first few weeks or months he was at Barca scoring off the bench, his aura, man, the celebrations, the fucking fire, like the fire on the pitch, getting a red card, bro, that aura was high. But then Xavi just completely wrecked this man's confidence. We were gonna loan him out. You can't be like publicly like embarrassed like that and have high aura. I mean, Vitor was publicly embarrassed by the club, talking about loaning this kid out when you brought him in 4 months ago. Like, no, bro, no. That's again not his fault. But again, it happens, man. It happens, and for me, it's just, again, I could very easily put him in negative, but I'm not gonna do it, bro, because I still have faith in him. I think next year in the Hansi Flick, his aura is gonna go through the charts. But right now, unfortunately, because of Xavi, Vitor's gonna have to go into decent aura. Next up, we have Lewandowski. Aura vacuum. He's an aura vacuum. Lewandowski has no aura at all. This guy, I mean, his TikTok dances definitely don't help. And again, there's nothing wrong with dancing on TikTok. I personally would never do it. But I'm sure some people really enjoy those types of videos. And again, Lewandowski, bro, he liked making those videos in the pandemic. But it just comes across as too try-hardish to me. It just comes across as you're trying a little bit too hard. And the thing about aura is you can't try. You just have to have it. And Lewandowski tries to have that aura. The celebration, this doesn't do it for me, bro. It doesn't do it for me. You know, aura. Mbappe, though, like this, whatever the fuck he does, that's aura. Even Messi, it's a more simplistic celebration, but the whole pointing to the sky, aura. You know, Aubameyang, the doing the front flip, aura. This thing, what the fuck is this? What is this? You know, you might as well do this. It's like two lesbians scissoring. What the fuck are you talking about? But you know, that would be a lot cooler, even though he's obviously a man, and I'm guessing his wife likes men as well. So I don't know why he would pay an homage to lesbians. But anyway, bro, again, besides the point, he just doesn't have aura for me. He's got, like, again, and the way that he acts on the pitch, yelling at teenagers, I mean, you can't yell at a teenager and have any type of positive aura. If you've ever seen someone yell at a teenager who's over the age of 30, you automatically have zero aura. I don't care what the teenager did. You getting, like, upset with a teenager like that, zero. And this guy's constantly was yelling at Lamine Yamal last year for not passing the ball. Also, the way that he plays is terrible. Never coming, like, always never actually coming through for his team, complaining when he gets subbed off. No, man, I'm sorry. Again, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Lewandowski, and for me, he's an aura vacuum. Next up, we have Lamine Yamal. Get your aura glasses on, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to blind you if you don't put them on. Honestly, it's going to blind you. Like, you know how you needed 3D glasses back in the day to watch, like, the Avatar movie? You need aura glasses to watch Lamine Yamal play. I might start selling them, bro. I might start selling Lamine Yamal aura glasses. Because, bro, this guy, transcendent aura. Like, to be 16, I mean, obviously he's 17 now, but to be 16 all of last season and do what he did. I mean, the smile, bro, like the way that he plays, everything about this kid, bro, he's just so likable, man. He's just such a likable kid, and he's so fucking good at football as well. I mean, can you, like, the picture that he posted on his IG of him after winning the Euros, like, you're holding a Euro trophy, and you just won player of the tournament in Berlin, in the Olympic Stadium against England. After having an assist, I mean, the aura does not get higher than that. That's like Messi when he's sitting on the ball before the Champions League final in 2011. It's just, bro, he has a je ne sais quoi. And again, to be a star in any sport, you need aura, bro. Steph Curry, aura. You know, when you think of Steph, Michael Jordan, aura. LeBron, whether people want to admit it or not, LeBron has an aura about him. Messi, aura. Ronaldo, obviously, we know, aura. This kid has it, bro. This kid has it on the pitch, off the pitch. So glad he's a Barca player, man. And for me, again, Lamine Yamal, no question about it, he's going to go into transcendent. The player with the most aura in Barcelona squad. It's not even close, by the way. And he's only 17 years old. Imagine this kid's aura when he's 24. we will be there. You trust me, we will be there. Next up, we have Pau Cubarsí. I love Pau. I wish he could have been part of that Spain squad that just won the Euros. I can't put him in transcendent, but I'm going to put him in decent. Because this guy, bro, anytime you make an impact at Barcelona at just 17 years old, and the impact that he made was obviously immense for Barca, came in mid-January and completely changed our back line. I mean, that's obviously aura. When you can completely change a whole back line, that's because you were infected with the aura disease, and you're now contaminating your other teammates. It's contagious, bro. And that's what he did. He contaminated the whole back line with aura. Everybody in the back line, everybody in the back four, including Ter Stegen, everybody in the back four, and the back five, actually, I should say, became better because of Pau Cubarsí's aura on the pitch. And again, the only reason why I'm not putting him in transcendent is because we haven't seen enough of Pau yet. Like Lamine Yamal, we haven't seen enough of him, and also because we don't really know much about him off the pitch. Obviously, we'll find out a lot more about him later on in his career. But for me, bro, from what I've seen so far, it's definitely going to go into decent. It's not even a question. And also, like maybe by like September of this year, he'll be moved up to transcendent. Because again, to be 17 years old and make an impact at Barcelona, you gotta have an aura about you. And this guy has it. Again, I don't think it's transcendent, but it's definitely up there it's up there like as being really high. Next up, we have Gundogan, transcendent aura, bro. This guy is known as a big game player. In finals, who shows up when his team needs him most? Who shows up every single time? For Man City, it's Ilkay Gundogan. Scored the goals against Villa, scored the goal against Man United in the FA Cup final, was huge in their UCL run last year. There's a guy who's won it all at the club level. And again, just because you win, it does not mean you have high aura, because, I don't know, like Bastian Schweinsteiger won everything at the club level. No one really thinks, oh, he has, like, no one really thinks of Bastian Schweinsteiger as having this immense aura. But Gundogan has that aura because, again, anytime you're known as like a big game player, you have an aura about you. And also, he's a guy who's a leader on the pitch. You know, he exudes confidence when he has the ball at his feet. And for me, again, on the pitch, off the pitch, I watched that Man City documentary when they did the whole Amazon thing like a couple years back. And this guy was the one who was leading the team talks, and people listen to Gundogan. Again, when you can lead, man, that means you have high aura. And for me, Gundogan has that ability about him. I know he has that ability about him because I've seen it before. So for me, he's going to go into transcendent. Again, when you're known as a big game player and a guy who always comes up huge for your team, you gotta have transcendent aura. No debate about that. Next up, we have Oriol Romeu. I'm sure a lot of you guys are waiting for this part of the video. He's gonna go into aura vacuum, bro. This guy sucks the aura out of a room. That's what he does. And look, bro, preseason Romeu, like if I would have made this video in like early September, he would have been in transcendent. Honestly, because that month and a half, Romeu had John Wick levels of aura, and I don't say that lightly, bro. He really did. Like, you know when you watch a John Wick movie with Keanu Reeves, and you just, like, you get like an aura boner, like you're just watching and you're like, why am I erect right now? That's what happened to me when I was watching Romeu from like July all the way up until like late August. I would watch him play and I'd be like, why do I have a boner right now if I'm not sexually attracted to him? That's just what was happening to me. Again, that's just how high Romeo's aura was at that point. But unfortunately, man, the last 9 months of the season, this guy just had, it's like the biggest, like, it's like if his stock was like this, it just completely collapsed. It completely collapsed. Like his aura stock tanked. It tanked. It's a penny stock now. It was like a blue chip stock, and now it's a penny stock. This guy has some of the worst aura in the history of mankind, honestly. It's like maybe Jonah Hill here, and then Romeo's here. Nah, that's bad. You know, Jonah Hill has no fucking aura at all. And Romeo is right there with him, bro. He's right there with him. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe it's like, I don't know, the way that he plays. Again, just because you're a bad footballer, it does not mean you have to have low aura. Because Akinfenwa, you know, terrible footballer, never even played in like a top tier team or like a top tier league or anything like that. Played in like the second division for most of his career, or even worse, I'm pretty sure. But the guy has aura, you know. Heskey, maybe it's because of KSI mostly, but Heskey has aura. Romeo has no aura at all. I'm sorry, bro. If you're Romeo's mom, I apologize. But your son, bro, put him back in and give birth to him again. Maybe that will help him out. But for now, like if he stays in this life, like if like he's just, I'm sorry, he's fucked. He's fucked forever. Next up, we have Sergio Roberto. Oh man, here's the thing with Sergio Roberto, bro. He has this aura about him, kind of like Gundogan, where he makes things happen. Amongst Barca fans, we know that when Sergio Roberto, like some of the biggest moments in recent Barca history, a lot of that has to do with Sergio Roberto. Like he was a part of those moments, you know, like the goal against PSG, obviously, like the run against Real Madrid in 2017. But also a lot of shitty moments are because of Sergio Roberto as well. He's a guy who, for me, hasn't been good enough to play for Barca in the last 5 years. I'm so glad he's leaving. When he comes off the bench, he sometimes makes things happen, but for the most part, not really. He has negative aura to me, bro. I'm sorry. Maybe like Sergio Roberto in 2019, you could put him in decent or maybe even transcendent if you want to like push it a little bit. But Sergio Roberto right now in the year 2024 has negative aura. There's really nothing about this guy that you really look forward to seeing on the pitch, and he doesn't exude any type of confidence. He kind of looks scared most of the time when he's on the field. He looks always worried. He has like a weird look on his face most of the time. So for me, that's just not good enough. He's going to go into negative 100%. Inigo Martinez. Look, bro, that video of him basically like trying to fight like a teenager when he got out of his car. No me falta de respeto. Did you guys ever see that video? It made me laugh. I don't know. He just like, usually if you have aura, little kids are not picking on you like that. You know what I mean? Like, are little kids doing that shit to, I don't know, Jerome Boateng? No. You know, are they doing that stuff to, I don't know, David Alaba? Probably no. Are they doing that to Sergio Ramos? No. Those guys have aura. You know, they're not really picking on those guys. And for you to get picked on by like a teenager, and for you to get out of your car and confront them like that, that's negative aura to me, bro. Again, you cannot, like, you just can't confront the teenager and have any type of positive aura. So for me, again, Inigo, I'm sorry. I mean, the guy has like tattoos and shit. He looks like a badass, man. That's cool. If he walked into prison, people would probably respect him. But after you see that, after the prisoners see that video of him like basically trying to bully a 17-year-old for calling him a name in his car, they're gonna be like, nah, this guy's he's not one of us. So for me, I don't. What the fuck do you mean one of us? I've never been to prison, guys. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. One of us. This guy's what the fuck am I saying? But anyway, yeah, that's Inigo for me is gonna go into negative. And lastly, we have Joao Cancelo. Sorry, man, he's an aura vacuum. I don't know what it is about Joao Cancelo. This guy does not have any type of aura at all. No type of aura whatsoever. I don't know how to explain it. Again, with Pedri, I don't know how to explain why Joao Cancelo doesn't have any aura. Maybe it's because he's always like crying on the pitch. Like he's always like, he never looks happy on the pitch. But he just has no aura for me. Just absolutely none. Like nothing at all. Like this guy, it just doesn't do it. It's a no for me. It's a no for me personally. But yeah, man, this is my Barcelona players aura tier list. I don't know what this video was. I'm sure a lot of you guys will probably unsubscribe after I post this video, and my voice just cracked as well, so even worse, double jeopardy. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, for those of you guys that watched the whole video, I appreciate you, man. And yeah, man, let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. But yeah, I'm out of here. I love every single one of you, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. That will probably be a video that's actually about football, not about some stupid shit like aura. But you know, we gotta have fun every now and then. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.